Hello everyone and welcome to e-GMAT, where we solve every single SC question by using our signature meaning-based approach. My name is Shraddha Jaiswal and today we will solve this difficult official question from Official Advanced by using the same meaning-based approach. To begin with, we break the sentence into smaller chunks so that we can extract the meaning of the sentence properly. So let's just do that and let's read the sentence. The sentence begins by saying, sophisticated laser guided land graders can now flatten. Okay, so this sentence is talking about land graders. It appears to be some kind of a machine that can flatten something. What does it flatten? Uneven farmland almost perfectly. Okay, so land graders are used to flatten the uneven farmland, and the sophisticated laser-guided land graders appears to be an advanced version of this machine. They can actually flatten uneven farmland almost perfectly. That's what the author says. Reading the last bit of the sentence, so as not to waste rainwater in runoff down sloping fields. Okay. So we understand that land graders can flatten the uneven farmland in order to save the rainwater that get wasted in runoff down the sloping fields. Okay, so let's just put everything together. The way the sentence is written, it seems to suggest that the new version of land graders can flatten uneven farmland, and the purpose of doing so is that land graders would not waste any rainwater. Now, is this meaning logical? No, the meaning is not logical. And how do we understand that the sentence is presenting this meaning? It is because of this phrase that has been used here, so as not to waste. Now, so as is used in place of in order to. So if we replace this phrase with in order to, we see that the meaning conveyed by this sentence is absolutely illogical. So our aspect 2 completely messes up with the logic of the sentence, because land graders have nothing to do with saving or wasting rainwater. Their only job is to flatten uneven farmland. So the sentence is definitely not written in the correct way, but we can definitely infer the intended meaning, and our aspect 2 shall actually be that the land graders, or this sophisticated version of land graders, can flatten uneven farm almost perfectly so that the rainwater is not wasted in runoff down sloping fields. So basically, the purpose of these sophisticated land graders in flattening the uneven farmland almost perfectly is that by doing so, the rainwater can be saved. So even if the sentence is not written logically, we could put together all the aspects in the sentence, all the information presented in the sentence to come to the logical meaning of the sentence. And this is the logic we want our sentence to convey. Now that we understand the intended meaning of the sentence, let's see where is it that which part of the sentence uses the wrong grammar to communicate this illogical meaning. And it's very, very clear. Very short part of the sentence is underlined, and it is the usage of this particular idiom, so as not to, which actually messes up with the logic of the sentence. As I told you before, so as not to can actually be replaced by in order not to, waste rainwater. So it is not the sophisticated laser guided land graders that used to, it's not that the land graders used to waste rainwater before, but now the sophisticated laser guided land graders would not do so. That's definitely not the intended meaning. The meaning is that land graders can now flatten the uneven farmland, so that the purpose, what's the intent? So that the rainwater is not wasted in runoff down the sloping hills. So we need our correct answer choice to present this intent or purpose. With this understanding, let's move on to answer choice analysis. And we know that choice A is definitely wrong because of the usage of this wrong idiom that makes the sentence absolutely illogical. Choice B is indeed the correct answer. Why? Because it uses the correct idiom, so that, which perfectly presents the intent or the purpose of the land grader flattening the farmland almost perfectly. Now, if we read the whole sentence, it says land graders can now flatten uneven farmland almost perfectly, so that the purpose, what's the purpose? So that rainwater is not wasted in runoff down sloping hills. Perfect, looks absolutely brilliant, conveys the meaning clearly. But we would still look at the other three answer choices to find out why they are incorrect. Let's take a look at choice C. Choice C is incorrect because of this phrase over here, wasted rainwater. The sentence is not talking about wasted rainwater or rainwater that has already been wasted. No, the rainwater gets wasted when it runs off or when it runs down the sloping fields, right? So that's when the rainwater is called wasted. But here, choice C uses the correct idiom, so that, but the usage of the this part of the sentence is, or choice is, absolutely illogical. There is no wasted rainwater in runoff. What we need to say is that, so that rainwater does not get wasted. So choice C is definitely out. Choice D. Choice D again repeats the error, the meaning error that we saw in choice A, because it again says thereby not waste. So basically over here we have a verb, right? So the first verb in the sentence is this one, can now flatten. That's my first verb. And then and connects the second verb. Now what's the subject for both these verbs? It is land graders. So basically the sentence is saying that land graders cannot waste rainwater, which the meaning is absolutely logical. We already know that. Let's strike it out and move on to choice E. Now, choice E has a couple of issues. First of all, the usage of this connector and. This is a problem. Why? Because now the purpose is completely lost in the sentence. We need to say, what is the purpose of land graders flattening uneven farmland almost perfectly? But with and, we are actually talking about two different actions done by two different entities. So the first entity is the land graders that can flatten uneven farmland almost perfectly, and then we have there is no rainwater wasted in runoff. This part of the sentence, or choice E, has no connection whatsoever with the preceding part of the sentence that appears before and. So the meaning is absolutely messed up in this choice because the intent or the purpose is completely lost. Now that's about the meaning. The grammatical error that we see in this sentence is that we have and what follows and is an independent clause. So we have two independent clauses in the sentence, one before and one after and, but these two independent clauses are connected just by and. So we definitely have the connection error in choice E, right? So choice B indeed is the correct answer that clearly conveys the intended meaning. All right, so now let's take a look at the takeaways. Be 100% sure to spend enough time with the original sentence to extract that logical meaning. Many a times the original sentence may not present the logical meaning, but it will contain enough context and information for us to, so that we can extract or infer that intended logical meaning. So make sure that you first understand the logic of the sentence and then move on to the analysis of the question. Also, study the expressions used in the sentence very, very carefully, especially in the underlined portion of the sentence, because some expressions, we use them in our colloquial language without even knowing that they are actually incorrect. But GMAT does not have any tolerance for such kind of colloquial usages, right? So be 100% sure that the expression that is being used in the sentence does convey the meaning that fits in the context of the sentence. Also, be wary of those expressions that change in their structure and also bring about the meaning change. If the author uses different expressions but still present the same meaning, that's absolutely fine. But if a structural change brings in meaning change also, then we must be wary of those expressions and we must reject them. So with this, we've come to an end of this solution. Thank you so very much for watching this solution. If you like this solution, please click on the like button. Also, subscribe to our channel, as we are working very hard to bring in quality content just for all of you. Also, do not forget to click on the helpful resources link, which is there in the description, because at e-GMAT, we are here to help you all the way through your GMAT preparation. So with that, thank you so very much and happy learning.